Dusk is drawing near. The barrier between the spirit world and our mortal realm is at its most tenuous.
You're still listening. This is our final transmission.
Yeah, Halloween. It's me, Sam Russo. It's you, Jamie Carruthers. It's the Final Transmission podcast. It's finally here, Jamie. How are you?
I am good. We are Halloween, I guess.
It's one episode every week from the dawn of time to the end of time. But there's only one Halloween, and it's right now.
It's actually in 4 days' time.
Get fucked. It's right now.
But yeah, we're doing a special Halloween spooktacular. I couldn't think of any more puns to shove into that word, so that's it. Where we're just going to talk about Halloween stuff, right?
What a day to be Halloween. Oh, it's finally time. Dusk is drawing near. The barrier between the spirit world and our mortal realm is at its most tenuous.
You're doing maximum DM stuff right now. I love
What
it.
the fuck that was. Here we go. We're going in. Fuck yeah. Lift that veil. Fuck those ghosts. So what's on the agenda?
Well, to start with, I've made myself a delicious special Halloween cocktail. I might share the recipe for my special Halloween cocktail on our social media over at FT Horror Show. If you are interested in the cocktail.
You should do a making of video. Talk us through it. Make the cocktail. Drink it. Tell us everything. Why don't you tell us now what the fuck is in that big red beauty?
So it was kind of a spooky looking tequila-based cocktail. It was sort of a combination tequila sunrise lagerita with a red wine float and a big old slice of orange.
A tequila blood moonrise, if you will.
There you go. Let's call it that.
Hell yeah. Yeehaw. That's got some yeehaw to it. You got some tahini on that rim?
Tahini on the rim? Well, I did have. I licked it all off. I licked all the tahini off my rim.
Hell yeah. How's it made you feel?
Friday night, Sam. It feels good. Tingly.
Tingly and spooky. What a combo. So today, I guess we're talking about our dream Halloween.
Yeah, our Hallow dream.
Fuck yeah. Let's start as we mean to go on. What are some of your favorite, fondest Halloween memories of yore?
I have always been a Halloween guy. I mean, that's not going to shock anybody here. I'm a big Halloween guy. My most recent favorite Halloween was probably 2019.
Yeah.
Halloween. Are we just going to
Hal 19?
ride these Halloween? Hal 19. Howl O Scream.
Howlo Scream 19. Very good.
Yeah. I think we've talked about it before, but I went to Florida and did the Halloween Horror Nights over 2.5 weeks. We got like a frequent fear pass or something, which means that you could go as much as you want. And we went basically every night. It was fucking great.
It'd be so funny if you only went once.
The worst night was Halloween.
Was it rammed?
Yeah, it was like, we were like, oh, we'll go on Halloween. It'll be extra good. It was the worst because obviously everyone's like, well, yeah, we'll go to Halloween Horror Nights on Halloween. Fuck that. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself.
Yeah, don't do that.
I told Chelsea that I'd tell this story. So I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but we were in the Halloween Horror Nights in Florida, in Orlando, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they have these scare zones that are all set up with people inside the scare zones who jump out and scare you, as well as like the scare mazes. But there are also these zones where like you walk through it and someone jumps out from behind a tree and goes blah.
Yeah.
Or they have a fake chainsaw of some variety.
Yeah.
And I was in an area that wasn't a scare zone, and some guy fucking jumped out at me with a chainsaw and just ruined my entire holiday. I was so triggered by the sound of chainsaws. So the sort of chainsaw scare zone was right by the entrance.
Yeah.
So we had to every time we wanted to leave, which was basically any time I heard a chainsaw.
Yeah.
We had to like take this really fucking insane convoluted way to get out of the fucking theme park.
Yeah.
All because this guy jumped out at me in a non-scare zone specific area. So fuck that guy. Fuck chainsaws.
You know, in America, you could quite legitimately sue for that. That's a thing that, as an Englishman, you would never do, obviously. But that's a thing that you could have done. We nearly got kicked out of Halloween Horror Nights when we did it because Adam from Kalamazoo scared a scarer.
Oh,
He
no.
jumped out and like, boo, scared a scarer. But the guy fully shat his pants. And all the security guys came over to us and like, you're not allowed to do that. We saw that. We'll kick your ass out. It was rough.
Yeah, Florida's a weird place. I remember there was a scare actor in the what was it? Fucking Zombieland Double Tap area that broke character to tell me that he liked my t-shirt. That was
Wow.
That was a nice moment.
Holy fuck. You should have chastised him hardcore for breaking character. How dare you? I pay for your performance. Yeah. Halloween Horror Nights was not that fun for me because I didn't really know much about it and I fucked it up completely. Like, we waited 2 hours to do the Halloween haunted house, and after 2 hours it was so quick. You were in and out in like 4 minutes, if that, and I dawdled. People were nudging me along. You're not allowed to fucking dawdle. And I kind of forgot everything that was in there. I just like immediately forgot what happened. I was like, that was cool, but I don't know what it was. And we did a few rides and we fucked around a little bit, but I don't think I did it very well, and everyone was fucking exhausted by standing in line for 2 hours for everything. But I mean, you can't win them all, right?
Yeah, so what we would do is we would get in and we would run down to like the most popular scare attractions.
Yeah.
And like, because we had a frequent fear pass or whatever the fuck it was called, it meant that we got in an hour earlier than everyone else.
Nice.
So like, I mean, there was literally thousands of other people that also had these passes. So it wasn't like we got to saunter around enjoying the theme park to ourselves. But
Sure.
It meant that the plebs had to wait outside while some people got to go in first.
Yeah.
It was just really good. And like, just being in America over Halloween, it's like, obviously there's a Lee Mack joke that I think about every Halloween.
Yeah.
Where it's from his TV show called Not Going Out, which is, I think, the first series at least was very good, but it's a bad sitcom, bad BBC style sitcom.
Right.
So a kid knocks on his door and is like, trick or treat, and he's like, get off my doorstep, this isn't America. And the kid's like, there's nothing wrong with adopting some American culture. And he's like, okay, get off my doorstep or I'll shoot you.
Superb.
And I think about that every single Halloween.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, being in America over Halloween is just like, it's just magical.
You kind of don't feel like you've experienced Halloween until you've done one American Halloween. It's not for everyone. It's so, obnoxiously over the top in many ways. I mean, people go so bananas. You can buy these like, it's a fairly normal thing to do based on my experience, to buy a skeleton as tall as your house and set it up for the whole month. Like, that's not considered mental for some reason. Yeah, wherever I end up in the US around Halloween, there's always too much, but then there's always like the perfect neighborhood that you find to walk around or drive through that feels legitimately like stepping into a, name any horror movie set at Halloween in America.
Yeah. We went to Celebration, which is like the fabricated town that they built in like the 60s for like all the Disney employees or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it was like being in a Disney Channel Halloween movie.
Right.
It was amazing. Just like all the houses done with pumpkins and shit. It was just like, it was cool.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling. I have a big place in my heart for a more traditional Samhain-esque Halloween celebration, but having seen the fucking full-on American pumpkin jack-o'-lantern fiesta with all the garden decorations and how nuts people go, I've got to say that it is fucking impressive to go that bananas over something that, to most people in America means nothing. Like, people do less for more.
It's mad, isn't it? Because like, obviously, America is big, and it's lots of different cultures that have all sort of come together. Yeah. And like the Halloween element of it is the British and Irish.
Yeah.
So it's weird that like they do Halloween more Halloweeny than we do Halloween.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you've been to a Spirit Halloween, haven't you?
But I did a Spirit Halloween tour on that trip to Florida.
Okay,
I went to maybe every Spirit Halloween in driving distance.
Jesus. It's like every Spirit Halloween is its own town. They're fucking enormous.
They have their own scare mazes in them. They have their own little scare attractions inside the Spirit Halloween. Like, it's fucking genius. I love it.
And it's not like you can't buy Halloween shit everywhere else as well. Like the Walmart next to the Spirit Halloween is 12% Halloween, which is like still 4 square miles. That's fucking mental. Yeah, they really, really go for it.
Yeah. What about you, Sam? What are some of your favorite recent Halloween memories?
Oh shit. I mean,
Halloween 3, 2 weeks ago.
Halloween. Yeah, Halloween as an adult for me it is a completely different experience to Halloween as a child, and I have some fucking amazing memories of Halloween as a child. I was really lucky to grow up in a family that had kind of a genuine reverence of the pagan roots of Halloween, and I was educated really young and really early about what it really means, but also I was allowed to have so much fun. You know, my mum and my auntie and my grandparents and all my cousins made a Halloween movie every year for Halloween for 4 or 5 years, I think, when I was sort of like, I don't know, 8 years old onwards. It involved the entire family. It was all shot on handheld video camera and edited with 2 VHS players. And, you know, my auntie would just nick music from all kinds of classic horror movies and put it on there. And the storylines were amazing. Like some insane farmer finds an artifact in a field and it releases a witch. And it was all just like so fun and legit scary. And we just used to like fuck around with those movies and have a complete blast. But then we'd always do a midnight walk across the fields as a whole family, and we'd all walk out and stare at the moon and have a period of silence and honor the dead and all that kind of fun stuff. So I have really wonderful memories as a child. As an adult, you know, I think you sort of, if you're at home, you set up your routines and your rituals and you kind of honor that spirit, but maybe with a little bit less, I don't know, less of that childlike wonder. I try and keep it alive, but it becomes a different kind of celebration as you get older, I think. I definitely have stuff that I do every year. We've had Halloween parties at the house. You know, we've had like full-on costume parties and stuff that were really good fun. But for the most part, it ends up being a relatively quiet celebration for me. I think I see it as kind of a quiet time. Less of a razz and more of a calm fiesta of sorts.
Like a siesta.
Much like a siesta. So modern times Halloween is great as a childless adult because we get so many trick-or-treaters. And I just stack a bucket of crap at the front door and kids go nuts for it. And they have to walk all the way around this like square kind of cul-de-sac thing of houses to get to us. So I can see them coming a fucking mile away and I can get everything ready. And I cover the doorstep in spiders and we put all the, you know, dangly lights and a shit ton of pumpkins out there. And it looks awesome. Every year I think our front porch we don't redecorate the outside of the house, but I think as a kid, our house would have been the house I wanted to go to. And I do what my family did when I was a kid, and I blast Halloween music out the front windows and stuff. It's great.
Yeah, I've always kind of wanted to, and maybe I'll do this when I move into my new house, so for next year, but I've always kind of wanted to like make my house a bit of an attraction. Not like go all out and make it into a fucking scare maze. I don't want people coming into my house. I want like the act of coming down to my door to be a scary thing or a fun thing.
Those were the best houses when you were a kid, when there was a long driveway to walk up and you didn't know what the fuck was up there. Yeah, it's great. And our house is perfect for that because we have 4 like really tall poplar trees just out the front. And then there's a shitload of roost trees. I don't think anyone listening to this know what a fucking roost tree is, but they're a really like invasive tree that grows really fucking quickly. And every year they grow up to like as tall as me. They probably grow up 6 foot every year and get fully cut down and grow up again. And they're green all year, except right now they go bright red and orange for like a few days before the leaves all fall off. So they look so good in the street, in the orange street light. And our house just ends up looking really fucking cool for one night.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds
it's good
great.
fun. We have loads of cool decorations in the house that I guess people can maybe fucking see through the windows, but it's just good fun.
I guess like, I feel like you have to put something visible out. Yeah. Otherwise, people won't know that it's okay to knock on your door these days. It's a bit of a thing, isn't it?
I think that's the rule, right? If there's a pumpkin out the front, you can trick or treat. If there's not, you probably don't bother.
Yeah, pumpkins out the front, they're like the back pocket hankies of Halloween.
Exactly. Yeah.
When I was living in the old house, we would dress Bath up, and Bath would come to the door with us because he's obviously the most placid cat,
the most docile, yeah.
And he would allow you to pick him up, and he would allow strangers to stroke him.
Yeah,
and it was just a nice way of like. I mean, he looked fucking great in his little fucking pumpkin outfit because he already looks like a little fluffy pumpkin anyway, but black.
Yeah,
and just the joy on kids' faces. Yeah, not only when you give them sweets, but they also get to stroke not only a cat, but literally Baphomet, the best cat that ever existed.
In full pumpkin regalia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
A little hat.
Yeah. It's great. I don't think I've ever had a bad Halloween, now that I think of it. I don't think I've ever been, like, in a shit mood, or the things that normally ruin a fucking... I never had a migraine. You know, all the shit that normally gets in the way of a good time for me has never really happened on Halloween. I had one of the best drunk whoopsies I've had in recent memory on Halloween is, and Ben Small and a bunch of people were around our house for a Halloween party. He didn't have a costume, so we just put him in one of my baseball jerseys and did his face like a baseball fury. And for some reason later I was dressed as the Universe, I think. I don't know. I was wearing an all black leotard and I decorated it with all like stars and glitter paint and stuff. And I put a pumpkin on my head.
Just like the Universe.
Yeah, classic Universe move. And I don't know why, but I convinced Ben that he should just smash the pumpkin in the face and it wouldn't hurt me.
Okay.
Pumpkin facial armor. There's a video of this somewhere. And he winds up and he fucking smashes me square in the face. And like, I kind of make a big meal out of it, like I'm knocked out, but I definitely was knocked out for about 2 seconds. He completely chinned me through this pumpkin. Really good. Really good video. It was great fun. I'll find that for you. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, maybe I'll put that on the feed.
Yep, just blatted me in the kitchen. Laid me out. Cheers, Ben.
Well done, Ben. Well, why don't we take a break, Sam? Come back and get into our perfect Halloween.
Let's do it.
What makes a perfect Halloween? We'll find out after this break.
Break me off.
Whoa, shit. I guess that's why they call it Phantom Power.
So, perfect Halloween. How do you want to start? How do you set the scene for your... How do you set the Halloween?
How do you set the scene for your Halloween? It depends on the year. It depends where I am. Traditionally, I like to spend most of October in some kind of Halloween mode. I used to have a month of programming where I would set up at least one good horror movie a week, sometimes two. We did a thing one year where we had one classic, one new. So if we were going to watch, I don't know, say Halloween, for example, we would then watch a movie that we haven't seen before in a similar vein / genre.
Yeah.
I'm always on the lookout. Go on.
Would you say, like, this is Halloween and this is hadn't seen?
Very good. Very good from you. Halloween and hadn't seen. We do that on Instagram. That's great. I would always be on the lookout for cinema screenings of classic horror movies. So, for example, we've been to see The Fog, the John Carpenter movie, and The Witch at the cinema this year, which is wonderful.
Nice.
So the lead up is a slow, steady burn. Obviously, like I like to plan my actual Halloween night. I like to make sure that everything's where it needs to be, and we try and clear the schedule because as adults, shit can get in the way of a good Halloween. You know, you might have some dumb bullshit you have to do. Depending on, do you start early? Are you an early starter when it comes to the old?
So it depends. Like obviously this year and like the last year were low key Halloweens.
Mm.
Like, I don't get any trick-or-treaters in my fucking apartment.
In your flat, that's the thing, though, because my brother does, and he lives in a block of flats, but all the kids go around the whole block of flats, basically.
There are no kids in this flat block, really. I sort of live in, like, if you imagine, like, one of those, like, communities where it's, like, adults only.
Right. Like,
that, like, divorced dads live in.
Like one of those holidays, the adults only, like, Tenerife holidays. Swingers.
Yeah,
you live in a swinger building.
Yeah, I live in Hedonism.
Hedonism Heights.
In the Balearics or whatever.
Nice.
Hedonism 3.
So, when do you carve the old pumpkin, or for our American friends, your jack-o'-lantern?
If I carve, I don't tend to carve a pumpkin. I tend to go old school and carve a turnip because I like how they sort of rot.
Yeah, and the shrunken head
pumpkin.
vibe of a turnip is such a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it sucks to me that like our heritage and culture took these carvings to America.
Yeah.
These turnip carvings to America, and they became pumpkins because that's what they had, I guess.
Yeah.
And now we've imported that back.
We brought it back, yeah. It is
like,
weird.
We already had that cultural thing.
Yeah.
But like in the 90s, when I was like a kid, there was a bit of Halloween, but we were only just starting to get it, really. I feel like our parents' generation didn't really do Halloween in the sort of sense that it is now, in the sort of more Americanized sense that it feels like now.
Definitely, yeah. I've talked to my parents about it. What they didn't do the modern Americanized version that came around, obviously it was there before we were born, but our generation kind of galvanized it. And obviously, you've talked about this before, the more of a democratized media and more American influence on our TV and stuff like that really brought it home. It's interesting. Have you ever done a Hallow Swede?
I've never done a Hallow Swede, no.
It's pretty good. pretty good. I mean, they're big. You can get fucking massive turnips, obviously. You can get a fucking good old Swede going.
I just came. You said massive turnips, and it made me
fucking massive turnips. Have you ever done a celeriac? Halloweeniariac.
A scariac.
Yeah. Celeriac's a fucking good one. I mean, any root vegetable, you can even fucking... Listen, if you're on a budget, you're having a rough time out there, do a fucking potato. Do a Suffolk new potato.
Potatoes are great as well.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being a kid.
They get the sprouts coming out of them after a while.
Yeah.
It looks cool as shit.
I remember doing like potato shapes, like jack-o'-lantern shapes with my potato and like stamping
The
it
stamps.
onto... Yeah.
Yeah, did the same thing. Got good memories of that too.
When I was a kiddie wink.
Yeah. I like the modern phenomenon, obviously like mainly an American thing, but growing green pumpkins inside a mask cast. Have you seen people do this? It's pretty cool where they screw the thing around the baby pumpkin and then it grows into the shape of the mask. You have this like mutant head or whatever you want it to be. That is some fucking next level rumpy pumpkin art, and I'm into it.
Yeah. There are some insane pumpkin carvers out there that can do some real magical pumpkin things with pumpkins.
Yeah.
I remember going to a pumpkin patch when we were in New York two Halloweens ago, a couple of years ago.
That's just how you should refer to all time, by the way, from now on, whether you're talking about Halloween or not. Like, 12 Halloweens ago.
We went to a pumpkin, not a patch because we were in New York and there are no patches in Williamsburg.
You went to do your fall photo shoot at the pumpkin patch.
But there was like I guess like a vacant lot, as an American would call it.
Yeah. The bit behind the bins.
Yeah, and it was just full of pumpkins, and there was just some incredibly carved pumpkins there.
Yeah, I've seen some real beauties.
And I struggle. Adam Green did this short called Jack Chop, which is a spoof of like the Slap Chop infomercial, which is about carving a pumpkin, and it has the guy that directed Grace in it, and he does like 3 pumpkins in it. The joke is that it's like a pumpkin carving set that is increasingly more dangerous and maims him every time he tries to use it.
Yeah, you sent me this. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
Yeah.
And he does 3 pumpkins. There's like a happy face, a scary face, and a syphilis face. And all of my pumpkins come out looking like a syphilis face.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be the first one to admit that my pumpkins are all heart. There's not a lot of artistry in there. I go classic, and I don't really do noses. I've had a lot of problems with noses in my pumpkins in the past. So less nose, more chodes for my pumpkins. I mean, my routine is not going to please a lot of people, but I carve a bunch of pumpkins before Halloween for the lead up to have them out on the step and have them looking good.
Of course, yeah.
But my actual Halloween day pumpkin carving normally depends on what I can get my hands on really close to Halloween. I like a good, fresh, hardy, robust. You know, got to go to some fucking farm shop or whatever. But I have to carve it listening to Famous Monsters. It's just been my routine since 1999 or whenever that album came out. I can't get into the spirit fully until I've had my Famous Monsters fix.
Is Famous Monsters, is that your like music pick for your Halloween?
I mean, unfortunately, I just fucking love that album. It's a definitive Halloween pick for me. It's full stop my Halloween. Like I said, it's been my accompaniment to carving pumpkins since as long as I can remember as an adult. I just don't feel like I'm quite there until I've listened to it front to back. And I love to just fucking sing along to it really loud while I do those pumpkins. It's the most frivolous, excited, dancing around like an idiot part of Halloween for me is doing that.
That's got my favourite Misfits song on it. My favourite non-Danzig Misfits song.
No fucking way. Out of the entire catalogue, your favourite non-Danzig Misfits song is on Famous Monsters. Yeah. Am I allowed to guess?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I don't want to guess and just have you like, no, it's this. I'm gonna explore a little bit of the record with you briefly. Is that okay? So
explore away.
Famous Monsters was famously given 6 Ks by Danny Filth when he did a guest review of it in Halloween, and that's what made me go and buy it.
In Halloween? Ooh.
In Kerrang, not in Halloween. I apologise. I am hungover. And this was way back. What year was this?
I would say 97? 99.
Yeah, 99. I thought it was. So it's not Kong at the Gates, obviously, even though Kong at the Gates is a great fucking way to open a record.
Yeah, it's definitely not Congregates.
I'm going to say it's probably not Forbidden Zone, even though that's a fucking ripper. I don't think it's Lost in Space, which is a very interesting song in and of itself. I'm going to put Dust to Dust up there. It could be Dust to Dust, in my opinion. It's not Crawling Eye. You're going to have a little soft spot for Witch Hunt. I know that for sure. But I don't think it's that. Scream, I think you think is too mainstream. Saturday Night is a strong possible, but I think you're probably too hot and cold with it.
I love Saturday Night.
Yeah.
But it's not that.
No. I don't think it's Pumpkinhead. We've talked about the movie at length. We talked about the song during the movie, and I don't remember you saying it was your favourite.
Can I stop you here? Because you have already said it.
I've already said it.
You've already said it, and you said it's
Dust to
not that.
Dust.
No.
What? It's not what? The fuck? What is it?
It's Forbidden Zone. I fucking love Forbidden
What?
Zone.
I mean, it's such a fucking banger. Wow,
It's
okay.
so good. It's
Oof. You like Forbidden Zone more than, let me just rattle off a couple. Helena, Fiend Club, Descending Angel, Living Hell, Die Monster Die, Scarecrow, the Silly Goose Fun Time that is Scarecrow Man. You like it more than Dust to Dust? That's outrageous.
I mean, I feel like growing up is realizing that there are better songs on that album than Helena.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean that's a big banger. Fiend Club
is,
also a big banger.
Yeah, Fiend Club was. I feel like it was on a Kerrang CD that I had. That punk Kerrang CD that had "God Called in Sick Today" by AFI on it.
Yep, and Dust to Dust is also on a Kerrang CD around that same time. I think it was they came out around the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Planet of the Apes more than most people.
Right.
Especially like the terrible Planet of the Apes sequels. I'm such a mark for that shit.
Yeah.
Like I have all the comics, or like the 70s Marvel comics.
Yeah.
Like I'm just nutty for Planet of the Apes.
It's a completionist thing for that to be your fucking favorite.
Yeah, but it's also just got that gigantic chorus.
Yeah, I mean the lyrics are kind of shoehorned in a little bit.
Yeah.
But they work well, and there's not an enormous amount of them. I'm just reading them. I just think blasting into space, the Planet of the Apes, Evolution's one hero is such an outrageous fucking line. 3 lines. So funny. We shall sustain the Forbidden Zone. Yeah. So it's a fucking banger.
I don't think Jerry Only is... He's sort of like Ozzy Osbourne in the way that he can like craft a vocal melody.
Yeah.
But the lyrics are gibberish, and you need like a fucking Geezer Butler or whatever to be able to write the lyrics that are good.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have that because Danzig left.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's a lot of Jerry Only, just like we'll call it post Danzig because Jerry writes so much, right? But there's so many amazing Jerry songs that just, like you said, shouldn't work. Even I'd go as far as to say I think Friday the 13th is my guiltiest Misfits pleasure. I fucking love that song, and it is objectively shite. It's just not a good song.
Saturday Night makes no sense.
Saturday Night fucking rips. It's an absolute staple in my Halloween live stream that I do every year, where I cover a bunch of Halloween songs. It's so fun to sing. It's a really hard song to sing. It's got, I mean, say what you want about fucking. What's his dumb dick name? What's his fucking... Michael Graves. Say what you want about him, but he's got a set of pipes, and that is a real classic 50s doo-wop-esque melody. It just sits so nicely, even with the big distorted guitars. The end is so fucking good, the way he goes really, really high and really long sustained on the on Saturday night. It's so good, and it gets me every time. There's something to be said for an album that I don't listen to that much apart from around Halloween, if I'm totally honest. But I must have listened to that fucking album thousands of times and sat with the cardboard gatefold CD, the amazing booklet, all the sick artwork. I spent so much time with that record. And I know that everyone fucking hates it and hates him, and that's fine, you know.
I mean, yeah, he's a piece of shit, but like he released 2 objectively good albums.
Yeah.
Maybe not objectively good, but 2 good albums at a time in our lives that were massively, massively informative on who we are now. Like, you can't just like rip that away from us.
Yeah.
You can take it away from him. Who gives a shit? Like,
sure. But you can't take it from us.
Yeah, I've not given the Misfits any real money in 25 years, but still.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
unless you count me buying a fucking Misfits t-shirt off Interpunk in like 2012 or something.
Yeah.
How much of that do they really see? Come
Probably
on now.
fucking all of it, knowing them. Jesus Christ.
Well,
I'd really
how much of that does Michael Graves see?
Yeah,
Zilch.
yeah, hopefully none. Yeah. I think American Psycho is an interesting proposition as a record because there's not as many bangers, really. It's harder, it's heavier, it's less, dare I say, it's less gimmicky in a way. But there are some hits. Like Dig Up Her Bones was such a massive return to...
Huge.
His big first step forward was that, and that weird fucking video that he kind of just does the same thing over and over again in like a shitty little fake graveyard. But to jump from that, the production quality of that video, the production quality of the music, and the standard of the songwriting, to jump to that video for Scream, because that was the first like Misfits comeback thing I saw, was on the Drilling the Vein VHS. I could not fucking believe my eyes when I saw there was a Misfits song on there, on the Roadrunner Records VHS comps, because it was all like, at that point, it was all like Faith No More and Fear Factory and stuff.
Sepultura, Soulfly and Sepultura and stuff, they were big
good
bands,
stuff,
weren't
but
they?
none of it was stuff that was really hitting with me or resonating with me. And we put that fucking video on, and my jaw was fucking just lolling around my shoelaces. I just thought that was such an incredible video. Do you still rate it as a video? Because it still blows my tits off.
I feel like I rinsed it so hard. I've told the story before, but I won a VHS that was just Scream.
Yeah.
In a fucking coal chamber lookalike competition that I didn't dress up for. At like my local club night in the Wrexham fucking municipal hall or whatever it was when I was 15.
Yeah.
So like, and I just rinsed that video forever.
Yeah.
To the point that like, I never need to see that ever again.
Sure, you've got it burned into your brain. I think it's the Misfits video for Scream is one of my favorite horror movies.
I don't love Scream as a song. I just think
I love it.
It's just Michael Graves saying Scream over and over again.
But the delivery is really fucking good. I still find it chilling. Honestly, I still find it to be one of the scariest songs ever recorded, and I still cover it at the live stream every year. My live stream is just like that album basically at this point.
Do you not think it's fucked that like that album doesn't end on Saturday night? Like surely that is
ridiculous.
the album ender.
Yeah, the sequencing on that record is fucking bananas. I think it is a closer, but I think there is a strong argument to say it has to end on Fiend Club, but obviously it ends on the Kong.
I mean,
business.
it makes sense that it ends on the Kong outro, but like Helena before that is bonkers.
It is bonkers. There's a real pacing problem between them, Fiend Club, Hunting Humans, Helena, and Kong Unleashed. It goes bananas at that point.
Helena should be a side one, track 4.
Could be track 2 after fucking Kong at the Gates, really.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Final Transmission podcast, where we resequence 1999 Misfits classic Famous Monsters. How fascinating for you.
Okay, so I mean, let me tell you my Halloween pick. I'm sure I've talked about this before.
Jams wise,
my Halloween music pick. Yeah.
Hit me.
So a couple of years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I made a playlist, and it comes out every October, and that playlist is called Pet Sematary by the Ramones by Everyone. And it is just a playlist of, I think, 45 at this point covers of Pet Sematary by different bands in different genres.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. I love this playlist.
What was your inspiration to create this? Was it from a place of cynicism that so many people had covered it, or was it because you heard some really banging covers and wanted a comprehensive repository of all of them? Or both? Or neither?
I think it's actually called Pet Sematary by the Ramones by whoever.
Okay.
It's a song that everybody covers.
Right. Including me on my Halloween live stream.
So I was like, it would be interesting to go out and collect all of these covers.
Yeah. So you've got, all right, there's first of all, some great bands on here. And I think to record your cover of Pet Sematary shows some fucking serious dedication to the cause. Basically, at this point, you're just doing it to get on Jamie's podcast, so I feel like I have to now. I can't believe there's a Muncie Girls on here. Is it good?
I mean, it's kind of the same as the original, but with Landy singing.
Which sounds great to me.
I mean, it's pretty good. My favourites are, there's a mariachi version that's on here.
Yeah.
The track that it ends on, the Sean Keller track, is like a really earnest, like singer-songwriter cover of it.
Fuck
and
yeah,
it's
dude.
So fun.
That sounds amazing. That's what I
It's
try and
like-
go for in my cover.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
like
this guy's
under the rug of the where the stained boards,
it's
ancient
Springsteen.
goblins and warlords.
Fuck yeah.
It's so much fun.
I love the Ray Rocket version, and I have a really big place in my heart for it because we toured together when that record came out, and he was doing it every night, and we sang it together. I played little bits of the lead guitar. Fraser from Murderburgers jumped up and did some bits on that. And Ray is one of the most earnest horror movie just nut bars. Like, he is such an insane enthusiast for all things horror. You go into his basement, it's all classic horror movie posters, action figures. Everything is horror movies, wall to wall. And he's encyclopedic, and he genuinely loves that song to the marrow of his bones. And I really think it's a rock solid cover. It's a really good version.
I love the song, and I love any
the story
version
behind
of it.
it's great. Like, it's such a fucking cool little bit of lore. How that song
I love the
exists.
video also.
Yeah, video
But-
rules.
My favorite thing is listening to that playlist, like beginning to end,
Yeah,
and then listening to other music and being like, these words are wrong.
yeah.
Words are different.
Yes.
It's like,
I remember when around the time I got my Pet Sematary tattoo, which is a fucking bold move. I remember there was just so many parts of the Pet Sematary universe, if you want to call it that I love. You know, I love the story behind it. I obviously love Stephen King. I love the novel itself. I think it's one of the greatest fucking books ever written. I absolutely love it. I put it up there with books that have won Pulitzers. You know, I put it up there with Lonesome Dove. It's so fucking good. And it's referenced by all the right people in all the right places. Whenever there's a Pet Sematary reference in a movie, it's good. It's covered by great bands. You know, it's fucking Ramones, man. It's a Dee Dee song. It's the best. Huge fan. I can't wait to listen to this podcast. You got to share this with our loyal listeners.
yeah, I will share the playlist out in the wider world. You can find it at our social media at FT Horror Show.
I love that it's on Brain Drain as well. It just feels like such an underrated album that kind of got
I
lost
love
in the
Brain
shuffle.
Drain.
Me too. Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
awesome album. One of Hamish Adams' favorite albums. Shout out
Nice.
Hamish Adams. Yeah, you can't fuck with a movie. What? You can't fuck with an album that features something as earnest as I Believe in Miracles, Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight. It's so good. What a way to bookend your record. Yeah, it's a killer album.
Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight always reminds me of you.
Why? It's on all of
think-
my Christmas playlists, obviously.
I think because you wrote a song called Merry Christmas Baby I'm Sorry, right? And I
Yes.
was like,
Oh, it's similar
It
vibe.
might-
Yeah.
in my brain I connect those two things, like
Yeah. My favorite bit in that song is Joey's delivery when he goes, "Where is Rudolph? Where is Blitzen, baby?" It's ridiculous. Where is Blitzen, baby? Love it. Big fan. Big fan of the Ramones. You'll be surprised
Yeah.
to learn. Yeah, so Pet Sematary has a very, very solid place in the Halloween tradition. It just has to be there in one shape or form. That's a great playlist. I also can't really live without Cruelty and the Beast around Halloween time. Maybe not always on Halloween itself, but definitely in the build-up to set the scene.
Yeah, I feel like any Cradle of Filth is basically seasonally appropriate.
It is definitely in the month of October. Well, for the whole of winter, really. But I'm very specific about Cruelty and the Beast. Again, came out at a similar time in my life. Is tied to very, very gothic Halloween experiences. And while not necessarily I dance around like a goblin, listen to that. I have a cowl that I like to wear at Halloween, which doesn't score me any points with the ladies, let me tell you. But I love listening to Cruelty and the Beast and prancing around in my cowl. It's so fun.
Yeah. So my the first Cradle of Filth song I ever heard was The Twisted Nails of Faith,
Right. Wow. Okay.
which I think is a banger.
Yeah.
It's still a fave, but like
When's Twisted Nails of Faith?
it's on Cruelty and the Beast. It's,
Oh, fuck. Okay. So it's... Yeah, of
Yeah,
course
it's the
it's
one that's
98.
like mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
You love those deep cuts.
I love all of the spoken word stuff on like any Cradle of Filth song. It really speaks to me.
Instant boner every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really lucky because my first band used to rehearse at a youth center in town, and we would rehearse immediately before or after a local band called Oblivion. And Oblivion had a guitar player and a bass player combo who were long-haired, like kind of good-looking local rocker guys, and their taste was way heavier than their band's music. Oblivion was very Soundgarden-esque to my ear at the time. And they fucking love Cradle of Filth. They're always wearing Cradle of Filth long sleeves, and I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. So, I mean, I'm talking like pre-Cruelty and the Beast. But I mean, there's a couple. What is it? Yeah, Dusk and Her Embrace is 96. Cruelty and the Beast is 98. Probably right before Cruelty and the Beast comes out. One of these guys puts a huge, heavy pair of headphones on my head and just blasts Dusk and Her Embrace out of a CD Walkman, and I just couldn't compute what I was hearing. I'd never heard music like it. You know, when you first hear incredibly heavy but stylistically interesting music, I could not wrap my fucking Swede around it. But I had the imagery from the t-shirts, the bit of music that I heard in my head when Cruelty and the Beast came out, and obviously following the music press avidly as a kid, I was just fucking all over it the second it dropped. And I just remember passing it around the school bus, just mind-boggling at the sounds I was hearing.
I got into Cruelty and the Beast first.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't loads of stuff then, unlike now.
Sure.
Like, if you got into Cradle of Filth now, you would be literally spoiled for choice because they've got a billion fucking albums that they release a new one every year.
Yeah.
And they're all fine.
I think there's a thing now where if you like the title and the cover of that Cradle of Filth album, you're going to fucking like the album. If there's something about it that you don't like, you're probably not going to like it. Like, Existence is Futile, looks incredible, sounds incredible, is incredible. And then the next two both look bad and just are bad.
I think, like, the thing is, if you get into Cradle of Filth now, that's the Cradle of Filth that you like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
true.
And maybe you'll go back and you'll listen to, like, The Empire and stuff like that, and you'll love it. But, like, it's basically a different band.
Yeah.
But, like, when we were getting into Cradle of Filth, there was only 3 records, 2 records and an EP, basically.
Yeah.
Like, Midian came out a little bit later
and was massive.
Yeah.
It was fucking everywhere.
I guess there was Dusk and Her Embrace, there was Principle of Evil Made Flesh, and there was Cruelty of the Beast and the V Empire EP, and that was like basically all that there was.
Yeah. Cradle to Enslave is right between Cruelty and Midian. That's nuts to me.
Yeah. That's got the cover of Hallowed Be Thy Name on it, hasn't it? Which is fucking incredible.
Superb. Absolutely superb. This is going to be like the big dumb dick podcast guy moment, but hot take. I think their cover of Death Comes Ripping is better than the original.
That is... Do you think it's better than the Metallica cover of Death Comes
Fuck
Ripping?
yeah, I do. That goes without saying. Jesus. It's such an insanely heavy thrash, fast as fuck, and he does the Danny scream. It's got absolutely everything, that song. That is a perfect song.
Well, that's why I think that the cover of Hallowed Be Thy Name is better, because he says motherfucker in a way... in
so funny.
That isn't in the original song. Like, just add a screamy motherfucker. Why not?
Yeah. I love that version because it absolutely reeks of how much they love Maiden. It's such a tribute. And the fact they do it completely in their own style is great. I think the vocal on the verses is a bit strained because that is a fast, percussive Bruce Dickinson delivery on those verses. But I still think it fucking works. It sounds live the way he does it. It sounds like a live recording. They obviously recorded that quite quickly for not a lot of money. But it fucking rules, dude. That Death Comes Ripping version is on every Halloween playlist I've ever made. Love it to bits.
And obviously, we've talked in depth about the Midian record on our Nightbreed episode.
Hell yeah.
So if you want to hear more about that, and also some takes on Dusk and Her Embrace, because we talked about how that one music cue in Nightbreed is very similar to to that bit in the Dusk and Her Embrace, the song, which is...
God, what is wrong with us? We're such fucking losers. Jesus. All right, yeah, fine. I think if we're talking Cradle, the one like deep cut that I would recommend our listeners, first of all, do the Cruelty and the Beast remistressed version. That's a fun listening experience. I think it's great. Yeah, I highly recommend Hammer of the Witches. I think that got passed over. 2015, that's not Cradle of Filth's year, really. Like, people aren't flocking to buy Hammer of the Witches. It's a fucking good album. There's some real bangers on there. I've got the first 3 in playlists, in various playlists. First 3 songs in various playlists. Very, very good.
Yeah. I think just... Fuck.
Sorry. I was just cleaning it and it went off.
I think, remistressed is a genius pun for a remaster of Cruelty and the Beast.
Yep.
Cradle of Filth is similar to NoFX, where I consider everything beyond fucking
War on Errorism, you're going to say. War on Errorism.
I'm not going to say War and Errorism. It's
Oh,
worse.
no.
Pump Up the Volume is
Oh,
like...
wow. Okay.
It's too new. I think
Too new.
Sure that's 99.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, like I'll listen to it. I every time a new Cradle of Filth album comes out, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But it doesn't weave itself into rotation like those old records do. Like even like fucking Nymphetamine and all that shit. Like that doesn't speak to me.
No. I that's their worst song by an absolute mile. And they've got some clunkers. But that is not a good song. And I don't understand it. I don't know why it exists. It's in their live set every single time I've seen them. And
It's their most popular song.
Yeah, that's when I go to the bar immediately, straight to the fucking bar. By the way,
So
shout out...
2 litre pint of...
Yeah.
2 litre pint? That's not a thing.
2 litre pints. 2 litre pints. Yeah. When I saw him at the Palladium, it's up there with the best shows I've ever seen. They called it the Palladimonium. And it was on Halloween night. And it was... Oh, no, sorry. I saw him at the Roundhouse on Halloween night. And that was really good too. Palladium show was absolutely unreal. Fire, masturbating nuns, Goat Boy, the works. My mind was blown. And yeah, I did have a couple of beers. But it was phenomenal. And the pageantry... the sexiness, the atmosphere was phenomenal. And I have to shout out Cradle of Filth fans, because the first time I went to see them was in Colchester at a church that's turned into an art centre. It was an absolutely wonderful venue, one of my favourites. And I was really nervous because I'm not an extreme metalhead. I'm not a gothic metalhead. I like metal, but I didn't feel like I was going to fit in, and I was just kind of wearing like normal, punk dickhead clothes, whatever. And everyone was so fucking cool and so nice. There was people who could tell that I was there alone and were just asking me if I wanted to have a beer with them and hang out and talk about nerdy shit. And every Cradle of Filth show I've gone to, that's been my experience. Nice, kind, tender people with a real sense of community about the bands that they love. And I think it's really special when a band that's that aggressive and dark has such wonderful people around it. So anyway, we're back to Halloween. What do you eat? What are you imbibing in terms of nutritional, food-based sustenance around the season?
Nothing nutritional.
Oh, okay.
But I love candy corn.
Yeah, you're one of those guys.
Yeah, I know it's divisive.
I don't think it's perfectly fine as far as I don't know why people hate it. Look at it that way.
If you hate candy corn, please let us know over at our social media at FT Horror Show, because I want to understand what is bad about candy corn. I understand indifference.
Yeah. I think I don't eat a lot of like sweets really, but it has a very unique texture. It's quite hard to chew down. So if it's hard to eat, I can see why people would start getting pissed off.
I think the texture is perfect. It's like sweet, sugary, chalky, nice.
Yeah, that's accurate, I think.
That trajectory.
Yeah. Do you do popcorn at Halloween? Again, that's another divisive one, because some people think of it as Christmassy in my experience, which is weird.
I mean, I do popcorn all day, every day. Like
On
I'm
the
not.
reg. Yeah.
But I think I could easily get into a special Halloween popcorn, like cinnamon and like M&Ms and shit in there. Like that sounds pretty good.
God, the fact that they do M&Ms in your popcorn at the cinema now is such a game changer.
Yeah.
I just can't not. Pump
Are you a sweet guy or a salty guy or a mixed guy?
Salt to the max. 100% salt forever.
Salt and M&Ms though, that seems...
It's fucking awesome. It's great.
Interesting.
Big level up. Yeah. I do love cooking with all kinds of seasonal root veg around Halloween as well. Really gets me in the mood, especially soups, big stews, all kinds of that kind of treat.
Oh yeah, I know him.
What, Big Stew?
Yeah, I know Big Stew.
Legend. Love him. Yeah, so I do a lot of that, and the house just smells so autumnal in the lead up to Halloween because of all that food and because of the kind of... I like to forage decorations and make my own Halloween decorations out of shit that I find in the woods. Just like dead bodies and used condoms.
Syringes and
Yeah. So it becomes like
all bits of truckers cummed on porn.
Yeah, that's my favourite. That or plaster the front door with that. Self-adhesive. I like how much of like a little warren the house becomes in the lead up to Halloween because of all that stuff. And drinks wise, I buy a celestial tea that's called Bengal Spice, and it is quintessential Halloween drinking for me. I mean, I started fucking months ago this year, but I buy it in bulk, and I fucking really highly rate it. It's got like a cinnamon, star anise kind of clove quality to it. It's fucking delicious. I drink buckets of it. And that's just getting me there. That's the more of the Samhain side for me, more of the ritual side of things. The kind of candles that we burn, the decorations that we have out. I buy a lot of stuff from oh fucking hell. This is boring probably for everyone. You probably have to cut it out, but I get this catalog from a company called Hedingham Fair that are like a pagan goods company, and they're very local.
Interesting. Nice.
So where I live is right, same as where you grew up, and a lot of places you like to go, very much witch country, you know, it's Witchfinder General territory. But these people source and make lots of stuff for the Halloween season, but also for the year round for the pagan calendar. And they do a lot of clay work, they do some stuff in obsidian, they do candles, they do all kinds of stuff. And I get this actual hard copy catalog that looks like someone photocopies it and puts it all together by hand. And there's always something cool in there that I like to add to the old decoration box every year. They do these really great little obsidian hairs that are like looking up at the moon. And there's all kinds of good stuff in there.
Yeah.
And they write their own books. They've got a little printing press, I think. Bookmarks and stuff like that. It's very, very, very cool. And part of the ritual of Halloween is looking through that catalog and trying to find that one little thing that works. They do really great Green Man decorations as well that I use at Christmas, sorry. Some great stuff.
Yeah, that sounds ace. That sounds like a real cool thing.
Yeah. Shout out hedinghamfair.co.uk. Hedingham Fair is now closed. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your support over the last 28 years, Karen and Colin. Wow. What an ending. Fucking hell.
Was that this year? Was that like it's just ended?
It must be because I bought something last year.
Fuck. Fucking hell. So where do you sit on the pumpkin spice latte of it all?
I don't like milky drinks and I don't like sweet drinks, so I'm out. But I have found ways to get pumpkin essence into drinks in the past that have kind of worked. There was a Halloween coffee, like a pumpkin infused, like the beans are actually like some kind of bullshit, fake artificial nonsense that tasted okay. Yeah. I can't drink a latte. I can't drink a single latte, I'm afraid. I think it's great for everyone else. It smells great. It's obviously a staple for a lot of people, but it's not for me. What about you?
I've not had one this year yet, which is bonkers.
Right.
But I love drinking a big drink that tastes like a candle. Like that's just a thing that speaks to me on a very base, intense level. Like I just love it.
Yeah, Yankee Candle drink.
Yeah.
Is it more stomachable for someone like me if it's like soy milk, or does that totally ruin it?
I think oat milk is fine.
Oat milk, yeah.
I don't
sweet
like
for me. Can't do it.
I don't like soy milk. I think soy milk tastes like butt juice.
Yeah, fair enough. I've had some. I always end up breaking at some point. Like there's a little coffee van out in a nature preserve where I go to walk quite a lot, and they just make it look so good on the sign. They always draw it in chalk, and they always make it look great. And they've always got an actual pumpkin there, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll give it a try. And then I'm like, oh, cool, nauseous for 2 hours. Nice one, dickhead.
Yeah.
That's the way she blows.
So I assume that you don't drink like a flat white or anything.
No, can't do that. I can put a bit of milk in my coffee at home, but it's a tiny little splash, barely even there. Yeah, just can't do it.
When I'm out, I drink a flat white, genuinely.
Yeah,
because
can't be doing it.
I do black coffees only at home.
Yeah,
because I can make a good black coffee at home, but I can't really make a good flat white.
Sure, I bet you can.
I mean, I can, but I can't be asked. It's much more work.
Yeah, it's a fucking pain in the dick. Yeah. Where are you on pumpkin pie?
I love pumpkin pie.
Yeah, you got to be a special kind of psychopath to not like pumpkin pie, I think.
Yeah. I'm heading over to Idle Hands at some point, hoping that they'll have a pumpkin pie.
They gotta. Biggest shout out in the world to Manchester's finest eatery, Idle Hands.
Yeah, we're the least famous people to shout this out in a public forum.
I guarantee it. I didn't know they had so many celebs going there.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. When Dave was giving me the list, I was like, holy fucking hell, that's amazing.
Last time I was in there, James Acaster was just in there looking mad that people were perceiving him.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is. I haven't buckled and looked him up, but he was at Idle Hands that time. He was, me and my friend Dave were outside of CEX once in fucking like Walthamstow or somewhere, and he was right there. And he was at the Kyle Kinane show when I went there for my birthday last year. So I've seen this guy so many times. I couldn't fucking pick him out of a crowd, and I've no idea what he does. But he's fucking everywhere. He must be a cool guy to go to CEX, Idle Hands, and a comedy show.
Yeah, so he's a stand-up comedian.
Oh, okay, right, cool.
And
I thought he was like a PE teacher turned public speaker or some shit.
He's a stand-up comedian, and he wrote a book about how all the best music came out in 2016, and focused very heavily on Jeff Rosenstock. Not Jethro.
Oh.
Jeff Rosenstock.
Okay. He should
So,
team up with Fender and bring out the Acaster guitar.
Yeah, very good.
You're welcome.
Or
You're welcome,
have a
Fender.
podcast and release it on Acast.
Very good. Very good. Might be
Yeah.
his platform. We don't know.
It could well
Shout
be.
out this guy who I don't know. So what about we have to while we're walking into the graveyard this evening, we have to look a little bit at what you watch at Halloween, because you live on a breath in, breath out basis on horror movies every single day of the entire year. So what makes the cut around All Hallows Eve?
Well, I tell you what, Sam. Why don't we take a break?
Ooh.
We'll come back and we'll finish off talking about books and movies.
Yep. Now you're sprechen my language.
And while we take this break, I'm gonna go rebooze my glass.
I might go get myself a Halloween tea.
A little Hallow tea.
A little Hallows Eve tea.
Will you give it up, man? Nobody's out there. We're alone. Oh no, there's somebody out there. I'm picking up all this crosstalk.
We're back. Welcome to the final section of Final Transmission's Halloween special, where we are about to talk about what, Jamie?
We're going to talk about movies, right? Halloween movies.
Yep, for a change.
Before the break, you were sort of setting the scene that I consume a lot of horror media.
I'd call you a horror junkie.
Okay, I could take that. So I think the movies that I like to watch around Halloween are
Hallmark Christmas movies.
like not a million miles away. I think that my Halloween movies want to be like family, nice movies.
Okay. Can I have some guesses?
Go on, guess away.
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Not quite.
Okay, so I've got to course correct a little bit here.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice?
I don't think it's Halloweeny enough. Like it's obviously spooky, but it's not Halloweeny. So more like think more Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus is the tone, the platonic ideal of my Halloween movie.
Did you enjoy the modern sequel?
I didn't hate it, you know.
I quite enjoyed it. Yeah.
I didn't love it, but I did not hate it.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. What about Ghostbusters? Does it work its way in there?
I mean,
Not
I watch
spooky
Ghostbusters almost every week.
Yeah, okay.
So
fair enough.
I either watch Ghostbusters or I watch somebody react to Ghostbusters at least once a week.
Are there any Scooby-Doo picks in there for you?
I might go back and watch like old episodes of the Scooby-Doo cartoon.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, I like the movies plenty fine.
Right.
But yeah, I'm much more... Hocus Pocus is, like I say, the platonic tonal ideal of a Halloween movie for me. It's spooky enough, scary enough, fun enough, family-oriented, set on Halloween. Like it ticks every single Halloween movie box for me.
That makes a lot of sense. What about The Witches?
I do love The Witches.
Is it called The Witches or just Witches?
I think it's The Witches. The book was The Witches.
It's not very Halloweeny, but it is in that spirit.
Yeah. The other movie pick for me is Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh, wow. God, I haven't seen that in fucking years.
Yeah, obviously we talked a little bit about Ernest Scared Stupid in our Killer Clowns from Outer Space episode, because obviously they repurposed some of the clown animatronics and costumes for the monsters in that. And like it's totally, I mean, I love all of the Ernest movies. I'm a huge Ernest mark.
I mean, Jim Varney rips in those movies. If you like the voice, you like the movies, right? It's normally the voice that turns people off. The goofball humor, most people can take or leave, but he that unique vocal performance, if you will.
Yeah.
Scared Stupid looks fucking awesome. I can't even really remember it now.
It's so good. It's probably within my top 3 Ernest movies.
Wow. Okay. What do you think's number one? Have you got a definitive number one, or does that shift?
I think Ernest Rides Again is number 1.
Okay.
And then Ernest Goes to Camp is number 2.
Yeah, I love camp. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So Hocus Pocus, Ernest Scared Stupid. These are great picks.
Yeah. It has to be sort of It has to feel sort of fun and warming. Like as a person that consumes horror, like basically as my steady diet of movies.
Yeah.
Interspersed with other stuff, obviously, but like that's my main horror is my carbs or whatever.
Okay.
So, like, I want my Halloween stuff to feel warming and autumnal and sort of lovely in the way that the season does, like a hug.
Sure.
And you're not getting hugged by John Carpenter's Halloween.
I actually do, controversially, get hugged by John Carpenter's Halloween because I find Haddonfield to be a bizarrely comforting setting for a movie. Obviously, it's a fucking, definitive slasher, but there is something comforting about the Halloween universe to me, and I think it's the Halloweeniness of it. It's the paper leaves and all that good shit. But there is a distinctly comforting homespun quality to those movies that you don't get from JC's H.
Yeah, or just from like horror, because there's peril in horror movies, and the peril in these sort of family movies is a lot more mild, a lot more gentle, a lot softer.
Yeah. What about Monster Squad? Does that make it in for you?
I love Monster Squad, and I wouldn't not watch it on Halloween.
Yeah.
But like Monster Squad feels like a kids movie for adults.
Okay. Kids movie for real horror fans.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Sort of like in the 80s when the people making the movies knew that the people consuming the movies weren't the audience for the movies or who the movies were meant to be for.
Yeah,
it was
adjacent audience.
Yeah, it was just kids like sneaking in to watch these movies.
Yeah.
And so they would make kid protagonists for movies that had no business having children anywhere near them.
Yeah.
And I think Monster Squad is one of those. But I mean, I do love it. Obviously, Shane Black, he can do very little wrong apart from drop homophobic F slurs constantly.
Yeah, there is that. All right, Ernest, Pocus, what else?
It doesn't really matter as long as it fulfills that sort of hug vibe.
Yeah. It's strange that we have a slightly different take on this. I would have thought we'd be absolutely bang on with this shit. I'm very interested to hear.
Tell me your take.
Oh, it's Evil Dead every single year without a shadow of a doubt.
Interesting.
If I can, it's 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Absolutely 100%. The Witch definitely gets a watch over the course of the season.
But does the watch get a witch?
The Witch gets a watch, the watch gets a witch, the witch gets a wish and the wash. I'm pretty flexible, like I said, with new movies. I'll try new stuff. I was quite pleased the year that Hubie Halloween came out, just because it was like pandemic-ish, post-pandemic adjacent. Very silly,
Hubie
very
Halloween
fun.
fits into my thing as well. Like it feels a bit like a cuddle. It feels a bit like a cutch.
It's not getting the fucking primetime Halloween real estate by any stretch of the imagination. It's a few days before, and I'm not paying a whole bunch of attention, potentially. There's something about the Evil Dead movies that are tied in not just with my Halloween experience, but what I consider to be the quintessential, I don't know if it's a millennial thing, but like the quintessential experience of kind of a pop culture Halloween, because it's on in the cinema in Donnie Darko. It's a part of so many people's Halloween experience. It feels right to me. And yes, I find it scary. I do genuinely find aspects of Evil Dead still scary to this day. It's not the hug in a mug or the wank in a packet that, Hocus Pocus is, but it is very much quintessential viewing. Same for The Witch. Find it really scary. I went through a little hot minute of watching Hereditary around Halloween, and then I stopped because I didn't want to ruin it for myself. I want to go back and watch Hereditary in the future.
I think I would like to dig into The Witch more with you at some point in the future, because
Count me in.
Obviously, The Witch has a very British feel, and you have a very difficult and interesting relationship with English movies. Obviously, it's not an English movie; it's an American movie. But
his historic, I feel like historic English fiction of all kinds, I'm a huge, passionate fan of, and especially British immigrant US stuff around that time period. I'm 100% all in. You take the horrible, like, dour British, the struggle to get across that ocean and arrive there and just be miserable, and then put that in that amazing American landscape, and I'm 100% all in. I love that shit. It's different. It's a different kind of.
Yeah, it's not extra.
No, it's certainly not, my friend. No.
But yeah, I sort of, because I watch those movies all year round.
Sure.
Basically.
Yeah, and I definitely don't. I don't watch Evil Dead until Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a lot to be said for where the Friday the 13th franchise fits into the Halloween experience, because they're summer movies to me. But, and you're not going to love me for this, 7 always makes its way in. I'm sorry, it just does.
I objectively, I love 7.
Yeah. No,
But
not
like-
7. Friday the 13th, part 7.
Okay. Yeah, that's different. That is a different thing.
Yeah. 7 doesn't make it to... 7's more Christmassy to me, weirdly. It's one of Claire's favorite movies of all time. If you pushed her, it's probably her favorite movie of all time. So it's more of a Christmas deal for some reason.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 does feel very autumnal. Not 7, but
Yeah.
F13 7.
Yeah, it's a very leafy period.
Do you think you'll go back to In a Violent Nature this Ween?
That's my plan. Yeah, that is my plan. I bought it, I own it, and I'm very keen to watch it around the season, should we say. I like the idea of having a bit of a free-flowing, whatever mood takes me around Halloween, because sometimes I do really want exactly what you're describing. I want the equivalent of a pumpkin spice latte in my eyes. But sometimes I just have a real hankering for something more medieval, something much darker, something silly, whatever it is. And I like to have enough time to play with that. That's why I basically take the whole month to explore that shit. I do enjoy the thing around Halloween because, again, it just feels like...
It's a bit wintry, surely. But...
Very wintry. But it's a good lead-up movie. It's a good... I don't know. It feels...
It's a bridge.
Yeah.
Like Night Before Christmas.
I don't like Nightmare Before Christmas, unfortunately, so I don't ever really watch that.
Bridges the gap. I think it's more of a Christmas movie than it is a Halloween movie anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Trying to think what else is getting a spin on the rag.
Obviously, we talked about this fairly recently, Trick or Treat, on our Trick or Treat episode, but like people are becoming more savvy to the idea of just like making a movie and setting it on Halloween in the hopes that it becomes part of the Halloween watching zeitgeist. Yeah. Even like Hallmark doing their Christmas movies are now doing Halloween movies. I watched a bunch of them that were terrible and quite enjoyable at the same time.
I bet. I'm so glad you do all that so the rest of us don't have to.
Yeah. Maybe this year or sometime I will watch a bunch of them, a bunch of new ones, and review them on our social media at FT Horror Show. Good
shout. I definitely used to watch a lot of the movies that my family watched around Halloween when I was younger. I think there was a big place for The Fog for some reason in our family. Loved The Fog. I think The Fog was one of the first horror movies I was allowed to watch consensually. Yes, you can watch this. It's not too scary. It was a real gateway into horror for me. It's not great, is it? The Fog's, I think, good, but it's not phenomenal. The sounds amazing.
It's I think low tier Carpenter
for sure. Yeah. It's weirdly non-committal Carpenter in a way at times.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't feel particularly full bore Carpenter. But yeah, that, The Exorcist, and I think for a really long time The Thing was in there as well. I'm trying to think what the fuck else. Why am I going blank on this? Scream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's another warm-up movie. It's another, remember, it's getting scary out there. It's another one of those.
So a couple of cinema things that I went to in the run-up to Halloween this year.
Yeah.
I went to see The Guest.
Nice.
Which is having a bit of a moment on our Instagram. Your song is doing, not Instagram, on our TikTok. Your song is going gangbusters.
It's on TikTok, is it really? Oh, God.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Interestingly, the big sort of cinema by mine that shows older movies.
Yeah.
It's basically over October exclusively been showing movies that we've covered. So I got to see The Guest on the big screen. I got to see HOWLoween on the big screen.
Yep.
I went to see, we didn't cover this, but I went to see Perfect Blue, which is great. I like the Halloween season because it means that I get to watch movies that I wouldn't normally get to watch in the cinema.
Yeah, for sure.
And you said you went to see The Fog. How was that?
Fantastic cinematic experience. I do actually remember seeing it at Cambridge Arts Picture House back in, I want to say like 2006 or something. I was much younger. Always a good time. I'll watch any Carpenter movie in the cinema, usually for the sound experience.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that you should watch that last Halloween movie this Halloween.
Ends.
Yeah. Or you should probably watch all three, and we should probably do an episode on it. But I would be very, very curious to know what you think of, especially that last one. Because there's bits in the first two that I think are immediately quintessentially bound to the true spirit of the first movie and are really, really wonderful. Then there's bits that I could not stamp down in the bin harder with all my might. And then in the third one, I just don't know what the fuck I feel from start to finish. I still can't land on an opinion about this movie. It's brain-bending what they do in this film. Absolutely not in a billion years the thing that you would think they do. I'm going to watch Halloween Ends this Halloween.
Okay.
And I'm also going to watch a movie that has become one of my favorite movies of all time, The Prophecy.
Interesting. It's on our list to cover very soon.
Yeah.
So don't spill your seed too soon. But
I won't. As a teaser for the fans.
I mean, you just said that you like it a lot.
It's also not called The Prophecy. It's called Prophecy.
Prophecy. Yeah, The Prophecy is a different movie, right?
It is a very different movie.
Christopher Walken as a avenging angel.
Yeah.
I fucking love The Prophecy.
I know you do. I fucking knew you would. Let's do a double bill. Prophecy and The Prophecy.
We'll do a month. We'll do the Prophecy 1, The Prophecy 2, The Prophecy 3. Prophecy 2 has Danzig in it as an angel.
Great.
And then we'll do and somewhere in that we'll do Prophecy.
You'll throw me a bone with Prophecy. I can almost guarantee you don't like that film.
But it's okay. I mean, we'll talk about it at a future time. If I know you like it, I have to keep my cards close to my chest.
Of course you do. Yeah. And I love that film. And I read the book. I read the book in like 2 days. I thought it was wonderful.
Wow, you must have liked it because it takes you 1,000 years to read a page normally.
I just fucking finished the third book in the Lonesome Dove Quartet. It was like 380 pages long. I've read all three of them in the last like 3 months. I'm on the last one now.
380 pages is nothing. Stephen King shits that in his sleep.
Is it 300 or 600? You're making me question it now. He does shit that in his sleep. Oh no, it's closer to 600. Well, Lonesome Dove's closer to 600.
Okay, 600 is big.
It's a big
books,
boy.
Are there specific books that get you in the mood?
You know there are. You know my routine. I read The Night Country. If not every year, then in the years in which I feel almost compelled to read it. I get the ghostly suburban Halloween vibe, and I get like a teens on the run, teens in trouble kind of vibe, and I have to read that book. I do think it's the best book ever written on, around, or about Halloween. I just haven't read anything that tops it. And I read The Halloween Tree for the first time a couple of years ago that everyone told me was the defining Halloween, work of fiction. But for me, The Night Country by Stuart Onan is one of the greatest books ever written and my favorite Halloween novel. What about you?
So my favorite Halloween novel is Something Wicked This Way Comes by Big Ray Bradbury.
Nice. Bradbury did Halloween Tree as well, right?
He did write the Halloween Tree as well. I think this is the quintessential Halloween novel.
Fuck yeah.
And it rips. And it does everything that I want. It's poetic, it's kind of beautiful. There's like a sort of circus element to it. It feels just like loads of fucking fun.
Celebratory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a joy. Have you read it?
Yeah, but I read it. I honestly reckon I read it in fucking secondary school or something. I don't know if it even. When did it come out? I read it so long ago.
Probably 60s, I want to say.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I read it a really long time ago. I should definitely revisit. One thing I love to do around Halloween is just grab any of the Pan book of horror stories that I have. I love the Pan books because you can kind of flick through and just snatch a few words here and there and know whether that's the story that you want in that moment. And then you can just bang through a few of those in the bath. Like that's the real good Halloween shit.
Yeah, those Pan book of horror stories or whatever are fantastic.
Yeah, they're great. They're so consistent. So dark. I was like way darker than I thought they were going to be, and pretty cheap. You can pick them up on secondhand book sites, super cheap.
The only other book that I wanted to shout out, really, and it's not even a book that I have read in full or that I remember reading in full ever.
Yeah.
I read this book when I was a kid, and I was obsessed with what I thought. I thought it was a book of short stories, but I only remembered the first part of it, the first story of it. And I couldn't remember what it was called, and I spent 20 years looking for it, and eventually someone on Reddit figured out what it was and told me.
Right.
And it's called Nightmare Park by Linda Hoy, which is a woman's real name, not a joke, not like Landa Hoy.
Yeah.
Which I thought was maybe a pseudonym of someone, but
Sure.
it's actually just a real woman.
Okay.
Who writes under the name Linda Hoy. It might not be a real name. And the opening story in this book, so it's ostensibly about witches that control a theme park and they're killing children or whatever.
Into it.
It's like a kid's horror book, so I read it when I was maybe 13.
Yeah.
But the opening story is about this guy who goes to Blackpool with his friend Robbo, and his friend Robbo is like a dick, and he's got this mask, and he's constantly jumping out and scaring people, and they get on the ghost train in Blackpool, and halfway around it, he gets out, and so his mate waits for him at the end, and he just never comes out of the ghost train, and then he rides the ghost train again, and at one point there's a skull that falls down from the ceiling, and the eyes sort of topple out of it and like hang over the car.
Yeah.
And the second time that he runs through the ride trying to find Robbo, he is certain that is the face of Robbo, and the eyes falling out of his friend's eyes.
Terrifying.
And in the car, he just finds like the shredded mask that Robbo was wearing, covered in blood. And we never see Robbo ever again. And I was obsessed with this story.
Yeah.
And it stuck with me for decades.
Yeah.
And I managed to track down the book, and now I'm going to make it my Halloween book tradition to read at least that section of this book, because it is so genuinely and attainably scary.
Yeah.
Like going to Blackpool, riding the ghost train. That's something
enough.
that I did basically weekly as a child.
Yeah.
Like,
that's fucking awesome. What a find. Yeah. Well done, Reddit.
Absolutely. And the cover just fucking rules.
It's awesome. I'm sure you've told me about this before, and I had a similar experience with the point horror book Cape Fear. Couldn't remember what it was, couldn't find it for years, and then just randomly saw it in Aldborough in a secondhand bookshop. Bought it immediately. It's on my shelf constantly. I flick through it all the time, just read little bits. Yeah, those Goosebumps books are all kind of tied to Halloween for me as well, but weirdly I read them a lot in the summer, so they feel a bit more of a summer, like summer holidays for me was Goosebumps time. Yeah,
I think like Goosebumps fulfill a similar thing to like my Halloween movies. They're
for sure.
They have a slightly more wholesome feel to them, although they're quite scary if you're 10 years old.
Terrifying, yeah.
Like I have all of them just behind me here. So like
all of them.
Yeah, the full range.
Well, that blows my plan out the window. I was gonna try and hock you mine when we move. I need to sell a bunch.
I mean, I've got many doubles. I might take many more doubles because I don't have a list of all. I think I'm missing a couple.
Right. Ooh, well, that'd be interesting to know what you're missing.
But because I don't keep a list, every time I see one, I buy it. I bring
it
it home, and I'm like, oh fuck, I've already got that one. Fuck's sake.
Do you know what the first one you ever got was? Because I remember really vividly the whole experience of buying my first Goosebumps.
Absolutely, it was Say Cheese or Die.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa, going in so hard. That's great.
Yeah, I think it might have been is it the fourth or fifth one that came out? It's like...
That's a really good question. I don't even know what the chronology is.
Well, they're numbered, aren't they?
It's one of the absolute classics. You ask any fan, they'll tell you that's one of the best, surely.
Oh, it's number 2. It's number 2.
Number 2, wow, okay.
Yeah.
So, number 1 is Welcome to Dead House.
Yeah, it's a banger. It's a banger.
Oh, I've got Stay Out of the Basement as number 2. On Wikipedia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Monster Blood 3, Stay Cheese and Die. Curious.
It might be like an American chronology.
Oh, could be. Yeah.
Like my book has a number 2 on the spine.
Oh, right. Well, there you go. So that would have been 92.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Say Cheese and Die, number 4, according to this. Yeah. Well, I vividly remember going to Henderson's newsagent with my pocket money that I'd saved up. I was only allowed to buy books with my pocket money. And Henderson's was so sick because it had a huge rack of magazines. It had a massive book section. It had sweets and it had loads of adult stuff as well. So I could walk around and look at pen knives and
like
pipes.
Porn.
It did have porn. Yeah.
Excellent.
So much cool shit in this shop. And I remember Goosebumps were new to me / fairly new to the market, and they had the bobbly textured covers, which is the single greatest marketing move in the history of getting kids to read, because you immediately want to buy them. They look chewy. Yeah. You just want to buy that shit. I bought Let's Get Invisible, and I have never done more for money in my life than the preceding 6 months. Anything I could fucking do to get 20p in my pocket to save up and go buy another Goosebumps book, I was doing it. I was an enterprising young man for a hot year at that point.
They were like $1.99 a copy as well, so it was so accessible. It was so easy. I remember my primary school didn't have like a library or anything. We would have like a mobile library that would come
on the book bus or whatever. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it would come like every Wednesday, and I would just like take every Goosebump that they would give me.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say your school just didn't have books. Like, what the fuck?
No, so I remember there not being like a library. I remember there being like a book display in like my year 5 classroom, and that's where I found The Hobbit, and that's where I found my first Stephen King book.
Nice.
Inappropriate that that's there, frankly, but whatever. I think it was basically treated like what we would these days call like a free library. Like the book exchange that you have in like your office,
in the phone box or whatever. Yeah.
But it's where I found The Hobbit, and I loved The Hobbit when I was a kid. I don't think I read it. I think I just mostly looked at the maps.
I did a bit of that with the early Pratchett stuff because it was a bit above my reading level, and I just looked at the covers and read bits, and would call myself a Pratchett fan, but I didn't have a fucking clue what was going on. That was all school library stuff. When I used to work in schools, for our listeners who don't know, I used to work in schools for a really long time. I found out that
until the incident.
Yeah, until the incidents. And this is not going to resonate with an American audience, but you can just fucking talk to the librarian and get whatever books you want put in the library, basically. Yeah. There was still budget for school libraries at that point, and I would get the Willie Vlorton books put in there. I would get loads of Stephen King. Anything that I thought was an accessible reading for young people who aren't 100% down the line, whatever you would call normal. I just piled that shit into these libraries. Including, at one point, there was a secondary school I was working in. I got loads of Cormac McCarthy put in there. I got Suttree and Blood Meridian. So these 15-year-olds walking around with a dictionary in one hand and a copy of Suttree in the other. I'll finish this by the time I graduate uni, I promise. But yeah, loads of good classic horror in there. Every school I ever worked in, I managed to get a copy of Skeleton Crew in there.
Excellent.
I quite often buy these myself as well. I ran something called the Stephen King Lunch Club at the last school that I worked at, and I just self-funded it, and I bought absolutely tons of secondhand Stephen King books, and we'd read them together on lunch breaks and socialize and have lunch, and it was for kids who maybe didn't really fit in anywhere else. And we had a big Halloween celebration every year where we made the Blair Witch wooden whatever you call them. What would you call those? The things in the Blair Witch, the wooden fucking
what would you call them? Talismans?
Clickety clacks. Yeah, talismans. Yeah, we made those and put them all over the school and did all kinds of shit like that, and it was a really good time. But I think reading for me is deeply tied to this season, but it quite often ends up being short fiction. I don't end up diving into, I'm not going to reread Under the Dome or The Stand in the lead up to Halloween, but short fiction, flash fiction, bits, love it.
Yeah. I think there's something seasonally super appropriate about nibbles of fiction. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
You don't have to sit down and commit to a Stephen King novel amount of text.
Yeah. Big hearty meals, little nibbles of books.
Yeah.
'Tis the way. Yeah.
Big soups, small
nips.
I don't know.
Why did we both go to nipples? All right. Well, listen, Jamie, that's a pretty great Halloween. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I hope you and all of our listeners and all of our friends have the greatest Halloween of your life. Whatever you're doing, I hope the season fills you with everything that we've been talking about to bursting.
Yeah, we've given you a very loose and waffly game plan for the perfect Halloween. So you've got no excuse now to not have the best time. I will share this playlist. I will share this cocktail recipe.
Yeah.
I will share any of Sam's little fucking videos if we can find them. Photos of Halloween's gone by.
I'll send you some gribbly bits. I got some stuff up my sleeve.
Excellent. I want to see Sam's gribbly bits. And if you do too, you can find that over at FT Horror Show at your platform of choice.
And if you want to see even more of those gribbly bits, you can go to Patreon and you can pay us a very, very small amount of money to see video versions of these podcasts, uncut versions of these podcasts, and so much more.
Not that much more.
And
but
so much more.
You get the pre-chat, the post-nog. You get it all.
You get it all. You can rate, review, subscribe. You can share this with your friends. You can broadcast by word of mouth with people that you like that this is a good podcast. That does wonders for our reach and our enjoyment of life. Our joie de vivre.
Absolutely. Once you've done all that, you can go to redscare.net and get your fill of records, tour dates, updates, bad dates, all kinds of stuff happening over at redscare.net, who are our glorious benefactors.
Redscare.net, a great place to get music at the moment. Loads of new records out. You got the brand new Elway record out very recently, a superb record. I'm not gonna go as far as to say their best because I haven't fully digested it yet, but it might fucking be their best. I think it's their best. It's their best record.
Excellent.
Also gonna say, check out, if you're in the Halloween mood, Won't Stay Dead. Superb Chicago-based goth punk band, brand new to the Red Scare roster and absolutely ripping it up right now. Check out Won't Stay Dead at redscare.net.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what our movements are going to be over the next couple of weeks. Sam is away on tour right now.
Yeah.
As we record this, somehow, through the magic of the internet, we're able to record this despite the fact that Sam is it's in Orlando as we speak.
Sure am. Tropical, sunny Orlando for Halloween.
Yeah. You're going to be eaten by an alligator at any moment now, right?
Oh, God, I hope so.
The Black Widow is going to bite your dick off.
Yeah, Necrotic Bell.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Necrotic Bell, the Lost Goosebumps book.
Big fan of that band. So we're not sure what our movements are going to be over the next couple of weeks. Keep an eye on our social media and we'll tell you what's happening. We'll try and squeeze some episodes out if we can, but like I say, Sam is away and it was hard enough work to get him to do some Halloween stuff.
It was because I fell asleep and I'm really hungover. But listen, what we're gonna do is, for the first time ever, we're gonna treat you mean and keep you keen. I'm not, there's a level of reciprocity in this relationship, and I feel loved. But do I feel loved enough to come back? I don't know, man. Maybe this is it. Who knows, listeners? This could be the end of the fucking road.
It could be.
It's definitely not. I can't even pretend to be mean. But listen, there'll be a little gap probably because I gotta go be a song and dance man for a while, and Jamie can't do this shit on his own. It suffice to say, anyone that Jamie replaces me with while I'm away will be better. But we'll see what he decides to do. Watch this space.
We'll see. If you are in the East Coast, never eat shredded wheat, West Coast of America, then Sam's got some dates coming up very soon.
I sure do.
Bottle Rocket Teenagers.
I'm going to be in the west of America with Teenage Bottle Rocket, who have an absolute cornucopia of Halloween/horror-based songs for you to go and listen to right now, some of which are on Red Scare. What a fantastic band. Plus, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that Ray's going to be busting out some Halloween jams in the next coming weeks. Check out those tour dates at redscare.net. Sam Russo and Teenage Bottle Rocket on tour in the west of America.
If you duet Pet Cemetery, will you record it for me?
Fuck yeah, I'll make that happen for you. There's no if, we'll just do it.
I love that. Love that. Will you do it in his fucking little basement and put it on Instagram? Have you done one of his little basement videos?
Yeah, I've done Mission to Shred. Shout out Mission to Shred, Ray's basement sessions. I did. I've got unreleased Mission to Shred as well. I did Muckleshoot Casino. I did a couple of songs that never actually. I did them all one take, straight in, straight out. We were there for about an hour, and And during the recording, Ray had to go. He won't mind me telling this. I don't care if this is in the podcast or not. He had to go pick one of his kids up from school because he did the phone call. He was like, "Hello? Oh, sure. Okay. Yup. No problem, dude. Right there." Hung up, and he turned around to me and went, "Oscar fucking shit his pants. We got to go get him from school." And then he goes into the other room and he goes to get his other kid. And he's like, "Hey, get your shit together, dude. We got to go get your brother. He fucking shit his pants." So he had to drive and get his like shit-covered kid from school, take him home, and then carry on with the Mission to Shred. Check out Mission to Shred, a great place to find good bands.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Bye.
Okay, bye.